Welcome to Create a Wow Life. My name is Jessica Peterson. I am a real estate agent out in beautiful sunny Florida and the founder of Simply Wow Agency. I am excited to go ahead and reveal to you different ways you can wow people, your business, and you. Definitely, many of you have wowed me. If I can connect you with the right people, resources, house, or business, let me know. Are you ready to create a wow life? Don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Let's go. Hello everyone, Jessica Peterson here. I am a real estate agent out in beautiful sunny Florida, and I love connecting people with the right houses, real estate agents, and other professionals such as Yvette here. Hey Yvette.
Hi.
So thank you so much for being here. I know that you are an amazing loan officer. You're actually the top 1% in the nation right now, right?
That is correct. That is correct. We help a lot of families, which is great. It's excellent.
So big cheering, if I had anything, I probably should have some party hats and stuff like that here in my office. So anyhow, Yvette, that is super exciting, and I know very well deserved. You are a fantastic lender out here in Florida. And today, I know you don't know exactly what we're going to talk about.
Oh, no, this is a surprise.
A surprise. Those are the best. Those are the best. So here are two top questions that I'm getting right now. Okay. So we're gonna discuss this today for all of our viewers. And if anyone wants to go ahead and get in contact with you, I know that you have a couple websites. The best one though is myteamclaremont.com. So
that's right. Myteamclaremont.com. CLERMONT.
Perfect. Just like how we see on the screen here. Okay, fabulous. So if anyone has any questions, I used to be in mortgages for years and years and years. Yeah. Not in it, not an expert. Go to Yvette. She's the expert. So top two questions. One is, are interest rates going to remain this low like they are right now?
I wish I had one of those magic 8 balls for that question, honestly. But all the indicators show that we are likely for interest rates on home mortgages to stay low for the remaining portion of this year from what we see thus far. Mortgage interest rates are based on what's happening in the bond market. So it's not the Fed fund rate. That gets confusing. When the Fed lowers interest rates, people are like, oh, mortgage rates, they're going to go down. They're impacted by that, but the Fed fund rate is based on what's happening. That's going to affect short-term borrowing, like credit cards or home equity loans or auto loans, those types of loans. But the mortgage interest rates are based on the longer-term bond market. So it kind of works opposite of how stocks work. So, for example, if stock prices are up, and you're doing really well in retirement funds and things like that in your stock portfolio, typically the bond market is low, which actually will then drive interest rates, and on longer type investments like mortgages, up. So they kind of work opposite. So a good way to kind of look at it is if you're making really good money in your savings accounts and 401ks, chances are interest rates might be a little bit higher. And the reason why I say might is because there's always a caveat of, well, but except in this kind of case, like COVID. COVID has definitely created a tailspin in the markets, which has actually been a really good thing for mortgage interest rates. They're very low right now, as you know, Jessica, which is why the real estate market is so strong right now, just because you can get a very nice interest rate on home loan. But yeah, it's a complicated formula how they're determined, but in essence, it's based on the bond market, and that would be what you'd want to watch if you're curious where interest rates were going, is what's happening in the bond market.
Okay, perfect. So I love how simple that was, how you explained it. You actually covered both questions.
Oh, good.
So the other one was what affects the interest rates. That's the other popular. Okay, so you just reminded me of probably the next two popular questions. We'll cover these super quick. And that is the USDA, the rural housing loans.
Right.
If you could explain that and what's happening with that, what it is and what's happening, that'd be perfect.
Sure. Well, as far as the USDA or Rural Development or Rural Housing Loan it's set up, you have to reach certain income, or you cannot be above a certain income bracket, and it is in a certain demographic area, generally speaking, in more of we'll call it a country setting. It does allow 100% financing, which is phenomenal. It's a great program as far as programs go. There's constant changes in many of those government type backed programs. Same with FHA and VA, and rural development gets in that, or any of our bond programs, our federal bond programs, or state bond programs, I should say. There's always changes that come up with them because they kind of have to, they're budget based. So as things kind of change along with that bond and the requirements for that bond or that program, so therefore can the qualifying attributes to it, they can also change as well. But still very good programs. They're strong right now. We are helping people with those programs right away, right now today. So it's just a matter of, you have to ask a lot of questions up front if you're interested in a program like that. See a lender that has some experience with them, because they're not complicated, but they just have a lot of ins and outs to them. So you really want to work with someone that's got some experience utilizing those programs.
Is it still a no money down?
Still is today. Tomorrow we'll see. But right
As
now,
of today.
yes, as of today, is still 100% for the rural development. Yes, and it is based on, now that the rule to that, however, is it's based on purchase price or appraised value. So, for example, if an appraisal came in a little bit lighter, can't lend over the appraised value in that case, based on, so we'd have to go with the appraised value versus purchase price, if that were to be the case, which hopefully doesn't happen really often.
Okay, so the next one is, what is the latest with jumbo loans? You might want to explain to anyone, what is a jumbo loan and what is the latest in happening with them?
Sure. So jumbo loans are loans that do not fit into the bucket of backed through a government-sponsored enterprise such as Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or Ginnie Mae. So what that means is that loan amounts that, as of today, here in 2020, loans greater than $510,400. Once you get above that, you're in jumbo loan status. When COVID hit, lots of things changed in the lending industry. It's really, we've had to pull out a lot of manuals because things have changed significantly, just simply because of the markets got a little bit spooked by COVID and what could happen with the economy and job loss and things like that. So things kind of tightened up, and the jumbo market is definitely one that has tightened up. Many lenders have said, you know what, we just really don't want those in our portfolio at this time, so we're just going to kind of step back from them. We are still assisting as of today with jumbo financing, but that is, again, something, if you're looking in that higher end price range and you do need to potentially have a mortgage greater than that $510,400 amount, you definitely want to check in with your lender, again, an experienced lender with these, because again, not everyone can write them at this time. What I mean by write them is produce that type of loan right now. So you will want to check to make sure that that is still available for you and that you still qualify, because the qualifying parameters of those programs have tightened up. So you might have gotten pre-approved, let's say back pre-COVID or pre-March of this year. You may no longer qualify for that program because they've tightened that string a bit. So again, check in with your lender often if you have been pre-approved, just to make sure nothing has changed from your original pre-approval, especially if it's been longer than 60 days ago.
Wonderful advice. Okay, fun fact. What do you love to do out here in Florida?
Well, of course, it's getting on the water. It's getting on the water, getting on the boat with family, taking that boat up to one of the beaches or just a sandbar and getting out and relaxing in the sun. I mean, that's why we live here, isn't it? That's why we're here.
Absolutely. We'll have to meet up on our boat sometime. Okay, well, thank you to all of our amazing listeners. Don't forget to subscribe, click on that bell, comment below what you enjoyed, any questions you have. And don't forget to share this, because sharing's caring, right, Yvette? And we're all about educating people on how to create a wow life. So have a wow day, everyone. Bye.
Thanks so much, everyone.